Coming up, ICE agents at airports. What flyers can expect starting tomorrow as long lines linger at airports across the country. Fighting the feds. Questions about safety spreading along a popular path in the National Mall. Why bicyclists and the mayor are hoping the National Park Service backpedals.
It was pretty warm out there this afternoon, but overnight tonight we have some front moving on through and some showers as well. We'll talk about how much of a cool down we'll see with that coming up.
Plus, Virginia votes. Just how many people have already decided whether the Commonwealth should redraw congressional maps early. And we've also got the last day you can cast a ballot. And cut the debt. Finding ways to avoid sky-high interest rates before swiping your credit card. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We're going to take a live look at Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are still trying to figure out how to fund the Department of Homeland Security. And this partial government shutdown is now on day 36. It is causing hours-long wait times at some airports. We'll tell you which one locally. Congress held a rare weekend session to end all of this, but yesterday the Republican majority Senate rejected a motion from Democrats to pay TSA workers who are on the job without a paycheck. But Republicans argue that they need to fund all parts of DHS, not just certain ones. Meantime, President Trump now says that ICE agents will be deployed to airports across the U.S. as soon as tomorrow if a deal is not done. Catherine Heenan reports on what to expect.
If that helps it, then it helps. If it doesn't help, it doesn't help.
It is a scene playing at airports across the country. Long lines, short staff. Nationwide, around 400 TSA officers have quit since Valentine's Day, with absentee rates 33% in some cities.
The last paycheck we received, which was 3 weeks ago, was only a few $100s. Some officers only got a few dollars. So you have to pay for your cell phone bill. You have to pay for your car insurance. You have to put gas in the car. You got to get groceries, and that doesn't even take into account rent or mortgage.
President Trump posted on Truth Social. He says ICE agents will be at airports if Democrats don't agree to fund Homeland Security. Writing, quote, "I look forward to moving ICE in Monday and have already told them to get ready."
They're not certified to operate any of the equipment that we do, and they're not trained in airport screening. I'm kind of confused what ICE could exactly do other than direct traffic.
President Trump also said he will task agents with the immediate arrest of all illegal immigrants who have come into our country.
I don't feel like it's in the best interest of everyone to put individuals in positions or careers or fields that they're not experienced in.
Do you think it could maybe scare anybody?
It would most definitely intimidate and scare people.
The White House border czar Tom Homan said today that ICE agents are not trained to use technology in the TSA security line, but they can help with specialized jobs like helping move along lines. Tonight, it's BWI Airport that says they are experiencing longer than normal checkpoint wait times, advising travelers to show up 3 hours before you're scheduled to take off. All right, well, some people do show up that early, others not so much. Certainly a headache for a lot of folks out there, Scott.
Yeah, but you know what? It's become a part of the airport standard, really. I mean, you think about the holidays. You gotta get there early at the line. So you do it a little while. Hopefully things will work their way out. We are working our way through the radar scope here and showing that there is some rain out there, especially in western portions of Maryland. There was even a little thunderbolt out towards the Grantsville area. So far, all of these showers have been below severe, and if you wonder what the yellow is, that's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 o'clock. It may be dropped earlier. I checked the National Weather Service feed. They said they may drop that a little early. We'll see if that does come to fruition. But as noted here, those showers back off to the west. They will scoot to the east and stay north of the district and north of the Beltway. So places like Hagerstown, you could be seeing some rain showers coming up here over the next hour or two. And as our eyes look west, look at all this activity here. Now, this stuff will have to move through as well. And so this is what may come through our area later overnight. It'll probably be reduced in intensity, but we could see some thunder and lightning with this round of storms back across Ohio and Indiana. Ben, back to you.
All right, Scott. Developing right now, work to remove some bike lanes around the National Mall could start as early as tomorrow. This follows a story we told you about last week. And opponents of a federal project fear it could actually reduce safety in the area. DC News Now's Dave Laval reports as protesters took to the streets to get their message heard.
You couldn't ask for any nicer weather to be outdoors. And there's another reason why dozens of people took to district streets Sunday afternoon.
I mean, it's perfect weather for a bike ride.
Matthew Bradley and his son get ready to take a spin around town. They had plenty of company.
We're so happy to have all of you here for our protest ride.
Hundreds of bike riding enthusiasts left from Lincoln Park to deliver a message. They oppose efforts by the federal government to remove protected bike lanes on 15th Street Northwest that pass through the National Mall. A D.C. transportation study found the protected lanes led to a nearly 70% drop in bike crashes and an almost 50% dip in all collisions since being installed in 2021.
At a basic level, it seems incredibly short-sighted. Ripping out infrastructure in the middle of the Cherry Blossom Festival when we most need safety for pedestrians and cyclists and traffic.
The Federal Highway Administration said in a statement to DC News Now, quote, "The bike lanes on 15th Street have dramatically reduced roadway capacity. With major events approaching, including the National Cherry Blossom Festival and Freedom 250 celebrations, it is essential to improve traffic flow for the hundreds of thousands of tourists expected in DC this year." Protest organizers disagree.
And we're doing this today to show that bike lanes are important to people of all ages and all walks of life, to stay safe, to have fun, and to spread joy across the district.
Plus, deliver another message. The bike lanes save lives. Removal of the protected bike lanes could start on Monday. In the Capitol Heights neighborhood, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave. We've also learned that a driver was ejected in a 3-car crash overnight on the BW Parkway, and they've died. 3 more people were hurt. Prince George's County Police say this happened in Greenbelt on the southbound lanes of North Greenbelt Road around midnight. U.S. Park Police say the driver who was ejected was airlifted with life-threatening injuries, and they died at the hospital. 3 other folks in the second vehicle suffered non-life-threatening injuries. They say 2 more people inside of the third vehicle were okay. No word who the driver who died is or what led up to that crash. Another collision where we've learned 2 men were killed after a crash into a trench early this morning in Montgomery County. Now, police say a vehicle was headed east on Norbeck Road near East Good Drive around 3 a.m. in Rockville, crossed the median into the westbound lanes and left the road. 2 of the 3 men inside died. The third was seriously hurt and sent to the hospital. A man was stabbed several times in broad daylight yesterday in Northeast D.C. Police say a suspect wounded the victim with, quote, multiple large lacerations on his left upper arm and on the left side of his back. All of this unfolded around 3:30 in the afternoon on Maryland Avenue near the Heckinger Mall. MPD said that they were initially looking for a male with several tattoos wearing black pants, dark shoes, and a black jacket. No word on the victim's condition. Prince George's County officials are cracking down on this illegal car rallies, street takeovers, as they're called. There's a new proposal to punish not just the drivers, but anyone who knowingly shows up to these events. Officials say many of these takeovers bleed into Prince George's County from neighboring areas. The bill says people intentionally arriving to those events could spend up to 60 days in jail and face a fine of up to $1,000. There are stricter penalties if somebody gets hurt. And the sponsor of the bill said these rallies are a serious threat to public safety.
State law already covers the driver, so the person that's driving the vehicle, or if you see someone with a flag or a start mechanism to start the vehicle. State law is silent, though, on people that are spectating and attending. The state gives us the authority to fill in that gap, and that's exactly what CB 12 is here to do.
Last month, Montgomery County police cars were actually damaged during a street takeover linked to one that started in PG County. A bill to legalize skill games is in the hands of Virginia's governor, Abigail Spanberger. The General Assembly passed a bill to legalize up to 25,000 of the slot-style games, allowing them in restaurants, convenience stores, and at truck stops. Democrats say the bill cleans up the illegal market. They say there are 90,000 unregulated machines in Virginia.
Illegal machines in our convenience stores those machines are games of chance where your ability has no calculation, no involvement in your opportunity to be successful.
When you violate the law, there's consequences for violating the law. You should not be rewarded with, we're going to forget about all the violations of law that you had, and we're just going to go ahead and make this legal now.
The bill would give communities the opt-out of having skill games, and that only happens through a public vote. With the Cherry Blossom Festival here, 25 students across D.C. gathered at Audi Field to show off their Blossom kicks for shoe design. Students got to paint some custom soccer cleats. The year of this year's theme, Art of the Game. They celebrated young female athletes and student creators using soccer and design as vehicles for creativity. Organizers we caught up with said it was a great way for kids to express themselves.
Well, I think it's really how we invest in our young people here, and also tying in creativity and passion and doing something useful.
More than 1,500 students submitted their design for this year's program, but only 25 were selected. Students will again be honored on May 30th. They'll take the field during a Washington Spirit home game to celebrate all of their work and take those cleats home. Cool stuff. Looking ahead with cherry blossom season in full effect, many businesses are already becoming fully immersed in pink. That includes the Wharf. Our Tosin Fakila and Brittany Ward sat down with the organizers of so-called Bloomaroo to hear what they have to say about next weekend.
Cherry blossom season, what does it mean for businesses, restaurants like yours at the Wharf, the impact on your business, all of that?
Okay, so for the city itself, it is a great event. It brings in so many visitors, but it brings in the locals as well. So Bloomaroo, which is Saturday, March 28th, kicks off the event, and that brings us into the cherry blossom season.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Now, can you tell us about Bloomaroo at the Wharf? Like, what can people expect with this year's event?
Absolutely. So I've got to enjoy it myself, and I really want to invite others out to that event. So there's live music, activities for children. There's great restaurants, lots of selections of food, and great drinks like we're going to make here for you today.
Every year, you guys switch up the signature drink. So, Blanca, tell us what you're going to create, what you guys are creating for this season, and what goes into it.
Perfect. So it is our Cherry Blossom Breeze. It's a seasonal cocktail at Philippe Chow. It's going to be perfect. You can already see it right here, but I'm building it now. It is going to be our Taiku sake. It'll be some guava, fresh lemon, a little bit of like a maraschino taste to give it a sweet, nice little refreshing taste. And then we'll top it off with some bubbly, sparkling rosé. And it'll be a perfect drink, I think, to sip on at the Wharf and enjoy the blossoms, all around Washington.
What makes the Wharf so special when it comes down to experiencing the cherry blossoms here in the nation's capital?
That's actually a great question. So the reason I think it's so special is because most of the cherry blossoms and the blooms are along the waterfront. Plus, the Wharf is very historic to DC. I think people look at it as a new retail area, but there's a lot of historical significance with the Wharf itself. So I think the blend of culture and then the event itself, they just mesh very well together.
A lot of fun to be had. Coming up, we're going to find ways to stretch your dollar and ways to bring down your debt on those high interest rate credit cards. Time now 9:14. We're taking a live look at Reagan National. We know that ICE agents are supposedly being deployed to help with those long lines at airports across the U.S. Will they reach DCA? We're working to find out. Scott Sumner has your full forecast after the break.